First Snow, written by A.Lee30, read by Ashe. Early morning sunlight evades the curtain barrier, bathing the bedroom in a soft blue hue. Ashe rolls over, trying to escape the light, but it's too late. He blinks into consciousness slowly and unwillingly. While he wakes, Felix slumbers on peacefully, almost in defiance of the sun's wake-up call. Ashe smiles. Felix's face is relaxed, mouth slightly open and releasing soft snores that only add to the serenity of their bedroom. Ashe falls a little more in love with him on mornings like this. He sits up cautiously so, as to not disturb his partner. Usually Felix is the early riser of the two of them, a habit left over from their academy days and the war. But when he's peaceful like this, Ashe always hesitates to wake him. So he doesn't. He swings his legs over the side of the bed and slides his feet into the simple fur slippers he left near the nightstand. He shivers in the morning chill and makes his way to the window to stop the light from moving across Felix's face. As he adjusts the curtains, he sees the countryside blanketed in a sea of white, fluffy flakes still falling. Ashe lets out a sigh of his own. The first snow of the Ethereal Moon is, well, ethereal, a natural, everyday kind of magic. The snow doesn't look too heavy, but they'll have to keep an eye on it so it doesn't inhibit their travel back to Castle Gaspard in the coming days. But that's a problem for later. For now, Ashe closes the curtains tightly and makes his way back to the bed. From the foot trunk at the end of the bed, he grabs their favorite afghan, knitted for them by Mercedes, and wraps it around his shoulders to keep the cold at bay. He kisses Felix gently, taking care not to rouse him, then heads downstairs to start the day. While he's more of a night owl than an early bird, Ashe loves the peace and quiet of an early morning. Mornings like this transport him back to his parents' restaurant. His parents always woke up early while the moon hung in the sky. His mother would tend to the fires and warm the ovens and stoves, while his father would begin cutting fruits and vegetables and grinding spices. Sometimes Ashe would wake early and join them, standing on a step stool with his father beside him, kneading bread dough while his siblings slept soundly in another room. Ashe takes a deep breath, and he swears he could smell roasted meats and baked goods. He blinks and is brought back to the present. The memories sting, but instead of leaving him raw and hurt, they leave him feeling warm and comforted, grateful he has these memories to remember and celebrate. He shuffles silently through the cabin, first starting a fire to chase the chill from the air. He'll start on tea and breakfast once Felix wakes. A small bell jingles from the corner of the living room, where their cat, Lug, stretches and yawns lazily. The tabby snuggles into its own cocoon of blankets and blinks up at Ashe expectantly. Ashe chuckles and makes his way to the animal, bending down to thoroughly pet him. Spoiled, Ashe jokes as Lug shakes, then burrows beneath the blankets again, effectively dismissing Ashe's affection. He moves through the rest of the living room, straightening knickknacks and little items as he goes, finally opening the curtains at the windows of his reading nook. The simple yet comfortable bench is sandwiched between bookshelves on either side and topped with extra pillows. From here, the view from the window is a true winter wonderland, a comforting landscape like the ones Ignatz is famous for. He tidies the bench, then takes a seat, leaning back against one bookshelf and drawing his knees to his chest. He pulls the afghan tightly around him and watches the snowflakes dance in the wind. The sun is higher in the sky now and warms his face through the glass. Ashe closes his eyes against the light for just a moment. Soon after, calloused fingers card through his hair, rousing him from sleep. "You let me sleep too long," Felix said, as Ashe leans into his touch. "The bed was cold." "I'm sorry," Ashe hums, stretching and opening the afghan for Felix. "There's room for one more." Before Felix can move, Lug jumps onto the bench, settling between Ashe's legs. Felix huffs, picking the animal up and setting him back on the floor. The tabby shakes, bell jingling softly, and trots back to his own bed. Ashe laughs and opens his arms wider, inviting Felix in. Felix's lips curl into a slight smile as he settles in with Ashe. They shift around, molding to each other in semi-comfort, the afghan pulled closely around them. "Much better," Felix sighs, resting against Ashe. Ashe kisses Felix on the cheek and holds him close. They sit like that for a while, staring out at the pure, unblemished landscape, enjoying each other's presence and the magic of the season's first snowfall.